My first introduction to the Hampshire Downs was through my vet, Joe Henry, who's got a small flock of recorded Hampshire Downs. He was insistent that we try them, and I think that was probably 5 or 6 years ago, and we've bought a tup off him every year ever since, which is obviously it's been successful and it's been a benefit to the system. We try and buy the best tups off him possible, so we're buying tups in the top 10% for EBVs, but we're also wanting a positive fat so that they're easy flashing and we can finish them as quickly as possible from grass. We farm 650 hectares of SDA and moorland organically. The sheep system is all outdoors with no concentrates. We lamb outside from the 18th of April, and we're looking for a lamb that bounces up, gets up, sucks, but also finishes as quickly as possible off grass. The Hampshire Downs finish from 12 weeks of age and are usually gone by Christmas.
Our early lambing flock will use Hampshire Downs to all of them. We've been doing that for about 6 years now. We like the Hampshire because they're hardy, they've got plenty of get up and go, and they're good to suck and they're easy lambing. I mean, they don't need the attention of some of these continental cross lambs we find, and that's what we go for. When selecting a ram, we'll select for a good muscle EBV, good growth rate, and we'll select for a bit of fat. We don't mind a bit of positive fat index because it means that we can finish our lambs easier and we can get them off the farm. All of our rams will be in the top 10% EBVs for the Hampshires. We're farming 700 ewes in here in Devon. We've got 2 flocks of Scotch half-breds. There'll be the January lambing flock and the March lambing flock. We'll have the early lambing flock of 300 ewes and then 400 in the March lambing flock. We're aiming to get our first ones away within 12 weeks, and then our average would be 16 weeks across the farm, and that would be about a 19 to 19.5 kilo carcass. They're grading really well. Recently we've been getting ewes and Rs, but mainly ewes, which we're really pleased with.
We've just seen a couple of commercial sheep producers that are reaping the benefits of improved Hampshire Down genetics. So how has that been achieved? Well, the Hampshire Down breed has really benefited by embracing performance recording. Lots of breeders are involved in weight recording their lambs, measuring lambs for ultrasounds, muscle and fat depth, and now we have nearly 70% of the lambs in the Hampshire Down breed by performance recorded sires. So it's a breeding scheme in which the whole breed has been actively involved. One of the things that breeders have been keen to do is to retain the characteristics for which the Hampshire Down is well known. The longevity of the rams, the vigour of the lambs, but also building in growth and carcass characteristics. And some of the new technologies, such as the use of sire reference schemes and computed tomography to assess the entire carcass, have been really important in actually achieving that work. One of the real breakthroughs in terminal sire sheep breeding has been the use of the ultrasound scanner. The ultrasound scanner enables you to identify the amount of muscling across the loin, as well as helping commercial sheep producers to produce lambs that have exactly the right amount of finish for the commercial market. Here's Philip, whose family have been amongst the leaders in terms of flock performance recording.
The Yarkham flock was established in the late 60s by my grandfather, and since the early 70s we've been performance recording with different levels of recording. We're currently now one of the largest, if not the largest, Hampshire Down recorded flock. We currently have about 110 ewes, and our main emphasis is on breeding commercial rams for the commercial farmer with high genetic merit and looking to thrive in the commercial environment. We're trying to breed rams that will grow fast and leave lambs that are very lively at birth, easy lambing. They're born with a very tight coat and excellent in survivability in extreme adverse weather conditions. They grow fast, they thrive on just milk and grass, and you can be drawing lambs from 10 weeks.
Like many breeders within the Hampshire Down breed, the Yarkham flock has made really high rates of genetic gain in recent years. The genetic potential for lamb growth rates has increased by over 6 kilos. Added to that, the lambs are performance tested on a forage-based diet. That means that their progeny are going to perform really well in a commercial environment. Growth traits have always been important to the Hampshire Down breed, and this is an area in which the breed excels. Growth rate has an important financial impact on commercial sheep production. You have more lamb to sell, either on a live or deadweight basis, and you have lambs that finish faster, so are more efficient in a commercial production system. Typical benefits of £4 a lamb have been seen within trial work, and this can amount to over £1,000 over a ram's working lifetime.
The Hampshire lambs consistently grade R and U's and 3 and 4Ls, which is just what our customer requires.
Our system's all about getting the lambs finished as soon as possible to reduce our labour requirement, and the Hampshires do that because they're fast growing and they're easy finishing, and that really reflects in the gross margin of our sheep enterprise.